What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash today. Shout out to the Dragon Riders in the House of the Dragon. We are sitting at about $522 right now. Everything's fine, my friends. Everything is totally fine, right? Here we are, down yesterday 1.4%, or 1.48, down today 1.5% already. Moving down, not a lot of volume on the way down. Whenever it comes to any kind of consolidation phase and you're at the ends of your volume, you know you're coming to the end of the phase. So whether we break out to the upside or we break out to the downside, we're going to have some resolution here soon, very soon, probably within the week, of which we have 4 days and 19 hours left. I would assume that that resolution comes in the form of upside moves, right? We all know this. We've all been expecting this. We're anticipating it. Hopefully it comes. I did just make a Bitcoin video where I was talking about the possibility of BTC going to prices below 90K. I don't think it's going to go there. But again, the only reason I'm talking about it is it's because I'm not expecting it. But the fact that we moved up here and we have this kind of like tweezer top and we're having a bit of a sell-off right now, it seems as though like nobody would expect it. You know, we got overbought. We're coming out of the overbought zone. These are not good looking reads. If this price action persists, if we can come back up, it's fine. I'm expecting that it does come up. I'm expecting that it is going to be fine. But the reason why I'm talking about this at all is that if Bitcoin were to come down here, that's about a 20% drop overall from a high to a low. It's not that significant. We've seen this in every bull cycle. We've seen even more dramatic drops than that, right? Likely by the time everybody freaked out, which would be probably below 90K, that's whenever Bitcoin bottoms and goes up. If that were to happen at all, I don't think it's going to happen. I'm not saying it as if I think it's going to happen. I'm saying it as if it were to happen, let's be prepared mentally and let's prepare ourselves for what that could mean for Bitcoin Cash, right? If Bitcoin Cash, well, weird. Did my computer just froze on me, guys? I don't know if you can hear me still or not, but my computer is absolutely frozen. Okay, cool. Here we go. We're back. Okay, so 522. I got to get this thing cleaned up or something, man. 522. If Bitcoin was to drop 20%, Bitcoin Cash, you know, it could drop back below 500. It could even drop all the way back down probably to like 430 bucks. We could drop a whole $100 from here. I don't think that we'd go all the way down to 389, but let's see, from a high all the way down. Yeah, I don't think we go all the way down there, but something around 428, you know, could be on the table for Bitcoin Cash. I doubt it too, but if BTC were to see some kind of wicked volatility right now, Bitcoin Cash would probably not be absolved of that, as would the rest of the crypto space, right? We come down here, we find support maybe at the 0.5, at an area that we consolidated, at an area that we found resistance before, probably at an area that we found support before. It wouldn't look bad for the charts. It wouldn't be bad at all. It would just scare people, and after all that commotion, it would just be a higher low, right? It wouldn't be a bad thing at all. So not my expectation, but just something I wanted to make people aware of, right? And now that I've said that, we can go forward. So it does look to me as if you do want to go down a little bit lower. Bitcoin BTC or Bitcoin Cash BCH, $522 now. I would expect that you do go back down, probably right around $500, if not just below $500. You might go right down to like 495, right around there. You're at 522 now. I feel like we called this last low pretty well at 485, right? Like we did pretty well with that last low. I'm not perfect. I'm definitely not going to get them all right, and I don't expect to get this next one right necessarily, but if we haven't found our low already, if that wasn't it today, then we would probably go down to about 495, if not $500, around that area, right at the 069. Find support there and then move up. That would be my thoughts, unless we found support here already. But the 4 hour would suggest we go lower, the 1 hour would suggest we go lower, the 15-minute would suggest we go lower. Yeah, it all looks like we want to go lower. So I think Bitcoin Cash goes a little bit lower today. That's okay. Daily RSI, I want to look at it real quick, just see where we are. Let's see. Yeah, I think you're fine in this range. You know, as long as you close like here, if you can go lower today, right? But just try not to close too much lower. I'm hoping that this move down to like just below 500 bucks, I'm hoping that move is quick, right? Something like what we saw right here where we move down and then we close back up here. If we do that, that's great. If it happens today, cool. If not, maybe it happens tomorrow, but it might not happen at all. Who knows? But one thing's for certain. Regardless of how low we go, we know we have upside afterwards, right? So you're at 522 now and you're wondering if it's a good time to buy. You're hearing that we could go lower. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. You're wondering if it's a good time to buy. Man, 522, it's a great time to buy. There was a time back here when we were above 700 bucks, if you had the opportunity to buy $522, it would have seemed like the most obvious thing to do ever, right? It is currently at your golden ratio zone from this high to low. It's also at these previous areas of resistance here, previous areas of resistance there, previous areas of support here. There's a lot of reasons why we wouldn't go lower. Again, I'm not saying that I think we're going to go all the way down below $400, you guys. I'm just saying it's something we should be aware of and prepared for, because this is crypto. Crypto is volatile. These kind of moves only happen when nobody's expecting it, and I'm certainly not expecting it, and that's the main reason why I'm talking about it. But based off the fibs, I certainly wouldn't expect that we go below like 495. I wouldn't expect that we go below there. We might not even reach that target from here itself. We might bounce and start moving up from here. But when we do start moving up, the likely target area is $936 to $1,300, of which I'm expecting we go to $1,300 at least, because, and I think it's fair to say that we're going to go to $1,300 at least, and I'll do my whole Jim Carrey, I'm glad you asked moment, right? Do that whole thing, Ace Ventura. I'm glad you asked. From this consolidation phase, from the high to low here, whenever we broke out and we went to the next high, we went just above the 200 line. Then whenever we went from this high to this low here on the next consolidation phase, based on a fib scale there, the next high went just above the 200 level there. From this high to that low, Jim Carrey or Ace Ventura, he didn't go in the middle of his statements. High to low here, it would make sense that we probably go up to the 200 level there as well. So I think if we don't go here, it's completely fair to say that we're going to go here. So I genuinely believe, guys, by the end of January, $1,300 is the minimum target, genuinely. And what makes me believe, besides the fibs, that we could see the $1,700 to $1,900 area? You guys already know the answers, but let's run through it. Let's run through it right now, right? It's just a couple things, you know. We've got a couple of little things here. From a high to a high here, you've been rejecting this area. You found resistance on it every cycle, even this cycle that you've been in. When you get above this high, when you're making strides higher to this area, you're going to break above your consolidation phase you've been in your whole life. When you do that, when you do this multi-cycle, like almost a decade-long consolidation phase that you've been in, when you break out of that, are you going to stop at your very first target, or might you go to like the 1618 perhaps? Right, that's a more significant target, being your golden ratio. Might it not stop at all? Might it just keep going higher? Might it go all the way up to the 200 level where you've been what you've been doing the past couple of times? Might it see that strong of a move when you break out of this? I think it's possible. You look at the monthly EMA ribbon here, and you see that it's crossing up as well. Bitcoin Cash's EMA ribbon has always been pointed down. For the first time ever in its entire existence, you've got all ribbons firing to the upside. You've got a bullish cross going on. You're going to have that cross coming into full effect. You're going to get separation as you progress away from this downward sloping trend line. Might it be possible that you hit the 200 level and the 1886 again, this area, as you have the last two moves of this cycle so far? And if that's not possible, if you don't see that, then might it be possible that you would at least see the golden ratio, at least there? I think so. To me, with these things going on, with all this, to at least go to $1,000, $936, that doesn't make sense to me. At least to $1,300 by the end of January, I feel like I'm being generous. I feel like we're all being generous. So anybody and everybody, all you guys, Tutu, you know who you are. What's the other guy's name? Reseller, Bayboy, whatever. He changes his names on all of his like 40 accounts. But whoever you guys are talking smack about BCH in the comments, that it won't even go to 1,000 by the end of January. I don't know what you're smoking, man. I want some of that because it's got to be good, because there's no realistic scenario where I see us any less than $1,300 by the end of January. And if that's the case, if we're at $1,300 by the end of January, there's no way that by the end of December we're anything less than about $1,000. So here we are at 523 on the precipice, as I like to say. We're on the precipice of this breakout move, of the most phenomenal move, the strongest move that Bitcoin Cash will have seen throughout this whole entire bull cycle. I can't wait. It starts very soon, and who knows, man, before it starts, we could see some kind of intense volatility. I said it in my Bitcoin video that I just made. I said it here. and you guys know, if you've been in crypto, you know, we can go down. It's the 18th right now. We could drop 20 to 30% before Christmas, and then by the end of the year be back above the current highs that we've set already this month. You know what I mean? Like, it's crypto. It can be that volatile. We've seen it before. We've literally seen it before, man. It's just how it happens. But anyways, guys, if you liked the video, as always, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Shout out to the Dragon Riders in the House of the Dragon. I don't know if I said that in the beginning. I hope I did. But if I didn't, one last shout out to you guys. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye.